Till now we have discussed about the series parameters of transmission lines, right? What are they? Resistance and inductance. So now we are going to discuss about the shunt parameters of the transmission line, which is capacitance and conductance, but conductance is negligible. So we are going to discuss capacitance. Now what is a capacitor? Capacitor looks something like this, right? There are two conducting plates between which there is a dielectric medium. That means the current cannot pass through the two plates. Okay. Now in the case of transmission lines, where does the capacitance effect occurs? So the transmission lines, they will be running close to each other, right? Now both of these, they are conductors and some voltage is associated with it. There is a dielectric medium in between. What is the dielectric medium? The dielectric medium is air, right? So this acts like a capacitance. Now say this is a three-phase transmission line. So there will be three lines. Now the voltage that is present in these three transmission lines, they will be 120 degrees out of phase, right? That is what is a three-phase system. So if you take this as transmission line 1, then let's say the voltage is like this, and this is transmission line 2. This will be leading by 120 degrees. That means the wave is going to start at minus 120 degrees. Okay. So let's take this as V1, V2. So this is associated with these two transmission lines. Now if you take the potential difference between the two lines, what will it be? V1 minus V2. And we can see from this wave here that this difference is going to keep varying with time. If you take, for example, at this point, from this point to this point, the potential difference is larger as compared to these 2 points, right? So V1 minus V2 is always changing. So if you consider these two transmission lines as the two conducting plates of a capacitor, the voltage across them is varying. So what will happen to the charge? Charge Q is proportional to the voltage, right, for a capacitor. So here what is the voltage? V1 minus V2. So the charge will be proportional to V1 minus V2. So if V1 minus V2 is a time varying quantity, then what will happen to charge? This will also be time varying. Therefore, charge is time varying quantity here. Now whenever the charge is varying, what it means? dq by dt is non-zero. But what is dq by dt? It is nothing but the current. That means there will be some current associated with this variation in charge. Okay, and this current we call as charging current. Okay, so charging current in transmission lines is because of the varying amount of charge that is a result of varying potential difference between the two transmission lines, between any two transmission lines. So if you take the transmission lines, what will be the direction of charging current? The normal current is going to flow like this, right? This is the current that is being transmitted. But the charging current will be in between the two conductors, right? So this is the direction of charging current. Now one thing that you need to understand here is there is no actual flow of charge, but the variation in charge at each of these regions, that we call as charging current. So you can write down this point here. Charging current is not actual flow of charges. But rather a variation of charge. Okay. Another point that is important here is even when the line is on the other end even if the line is open circuited, that is there is no load connected, then also charging current will flow. Why? Because there is voltage variation between the two transmission lines irrespective of whether they are open circuited or they are connected to a load. Okay, so charging current flows in a transmission line even if it is open circuited, that is it is not connected to any load.